Hello. Hello, friends. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. I had to restart my computer and the display is a little bit different than I was expecting it to be. Eek. So, hopefully everything's okay. Hello. Pages and Whimsy is here. So excited for this. We'll be able to stay along and visit some friends. So we're going to hang out and have some drinks, but I'm glad to get a start on my catch up for my story. I'm glad. Working on a project I'm describing as fantasy meets Greek tragedy. Love that. Hi, Terry. Angela's here. Hoping to finish Act 1 of my romantasy. Yay. Okay, loud and clear. Thank you. Got 142 words for today. Way to go, kitty. Angela's gonna make some hibiscus tea. I just finished making my blueberry lavender tea, and it is delightful. Hi, JC. Hi, Ice Coffee. Gray is here. Terry, Megan. Yes. Carrie's here. Mullen. Hi, Mullen. Just taking a million pictures and trying not to. Oh my gosh, my kitten is under a blanket with a little paws and face sticking out. That sounds so cute. Oh my gosh. Amanda's here. Danielle, hi. Welcome. RK Knight, welcome. Really enjoyed the last 5K Friday. I was able to get. It has been a while, hasn't it? Hello, Carrie. Oh, I'll be happy with 10K in 24 hours. It'd be really nice to get 15 again, though. Be ahead of schedule for once. Oh my gosh, my fingers are crossed for you. Hi, Stacy. Hello. Oh my god, is Twitch gonna shut down? What if you heard that I'm not heard? Oh god. Yay, Becca! Checked in for my flight tomorrow about an hour ago, and now I'm ready to do more editing. Ah! Heck yes! Oh, I'm so excited for you. You're gonna have so much fun. Oh, hooray! I have, as you can see, a precious baby Buffy in the background. This is a boop from afar. Hi, Freya! Madison's here, trying to pick up in this draft from this very difficult, avoidant love confession. Ooh, that does sound fun. Want to start my whip for Miel, an Hispanic nano. That sounds so cool. When is that? Excited to be productive? Heck yes. We'll be crocheting and writing. What are you crocheting? Prepping for my submission for the novel read contest. I can't wait to hear how everyone's experience with the novel read contest goes. That will be so cool. What am I working on? Great question. I actually, over the past weekend and Monday and Tuesday, I was doing an outline-a-thon, and I have come up with some old stories that I revisited that I played around with the outline and think I could start working on again. And then I came up with 2 new stories. One of them is a cruise mystery, kind of a murder mystery on a cruise, that follows one family as the protagonists, which I'm very excited for. And then the one I'm currently working on, I decided to work on because I've been working on a lot of mysteries. I wanted to work on a romance, and it is a Cinderella retelling that takes place at Comic-Con mostly, which I never thought I'd do a retelling, so I'm very excited. So anyways, I'm working on a romance. I am in the phase of all banter all the time, and it is wonderful. Jessica, hello! Join y'all in writing, but Raja is asleep in my arms. Oh my gosh, the animals are being so cute. Meanwhile, Buffy has left me, and none of the animals are in here. So, I'm on draft 3 of my mystery book. I'm hoping to finish chapter 1, then work on my grocery plan. I love that. Yeah, let me know what you guys are working on. Thank you. Exactly, Becca. I was saying that, sometimes you don't fully understand where all of the different pieces of inspiration are being pulled from. You just know that somewhere in your mind the threads have been connected. This one, I can fully see where the where the thread is being pulled for Comic-Con. I'm so excited because I've really enjoyed getting to describe Artist's Alley and things like that. So it's been really fun. Oh my god, as a cosplayer, I'm so interested in this Comic-Con Cinderella you're talking about that. I hope so. I'm having a blast writing it, and I feel like that's always a good sign. It is first draft, but it's been going great. The only other thing I should tell you guys, is that I currently, actually two other things I should tell y'all. I currently sit at 2,203 words for the day. So the way these 5K Friday streams work is that we're going until I hit 5,000 words, which I know is very unhelpful in terms of your planning how long that's going to take. I do recognize that. All I can tell you is that we're probably going to need at least 2 or 3 long sprints. So if we're not getting long sprints, then it might be 4 or 5 sprints, okay? So that's where we're at. I have 2,200 so far, but I need 5,000, so I need 2,800 more. And then I am in the midst of a little writing experiment myself, where I am at, I don't know if you guys can see that, I have 4 hours of true drafting work I've done, and I'm trying to work my way up to 24 hours. My hope was to be done on Tuesday, but we'll see. Oh my gosh, Paige, thank you. Ashley Poston's Once Upon a Con series is all about fandom, their failure to tell one times two. I was gonna say, it's too good to have not been a thing. Fall into fantasy. Oh, there's also a convention called Once Upon a Con. Ashley Poston. Is this the one, is this YA, or am I mixing this up? I do remember Geekerella, actually. And it came out in 2017. I want to say it's young adult, but I could be wrong. So cute, though. I love that. Okay. JC, there are now ads on YouTube. Hopefully you'll have to tell me what the vibe is with ads. Oh, I know. I'm subscribed to you on YouTube, so I shouldn't get ads. How dare you, YouTube? I know. Yes, they are way I figured. It absolutely, Paige. That it's so perfect. I am vaguely recalling Geekerella, and so that'll be so fun for me to go back and read through. Oh, not a loud ad. Okay. Wasn't a fave for me, but the series as a whole was great. Okay, thank you, Jessica. I can always count on you to have read all of the books. She's being the cuddliest kitten today. Oh, Raja. Yes, Brandon Sanderson. Oh, it's gonna be the keynote speaker for something called StoryCon. Excuse me? What are you? Oh, this makes sense. The largest writing conference in Utah. That absolutely makes sense. Featured speaker Brandon Sanderson. The ultimate experience for writers, educators, screenwriters, gamers, and creatives of all ages. Combining the fun of a national book festival with the education and guidance of a serious writing conference. Ooh, how interesting. I was just talking to someone about BookCon, which is now, oh, she's back. BookCon, that's come back recently. YouTube Premium is worth it in my opinion because I love YouTube music. And I simply love not getting ads on YouTube, so I too pay for YouTube Premium. I realize, though, that part of that is because of the amount of hours of watching I do, YouTube is really high up there, and I used to not do YouTube Premium, but then I was like, this is better. And I can give my money to the creators that I like. Oh, they've gotten so much worse. That's good to know. I am live on Twitch, often, every weekday, except when I am not at home, which is a lot of the summer, unfortunately. Let's see, there seems to be a lot of bad or failed book conventions this year. Ryan, I have been just devouring the stories about all of the failed writing conventions, book conventions. I feel so bad, though, every time. But I'm so fascinated because it's like it takes a lot of effort to put on a convention, and it always boggles my mind when it's like the things that surely the organizers would have thought of, they apparently did not. I know, Tainted Crimson, same. Yes, Carrie, I have YouTube on almost every hour I'm like, let me just watch all of the things. I think scams as a whole are up. I don't know. You know what? I would love to read something that explains, I don't know how, I guess you would have to then define a scam, but I could believe that as economic strife increases, that scams would also increase. That would make sense to me intuitively, but I don't know. Um, JC, as someone who grew up on commercials, it doesn't bother me that much. That's fair. I the only time I miss commercials is when people talk about a specific one that they're like, I see it all the time, and I'm like, I've never seen that commercial in my life. It feels like you're missing out a little bit on a part of culture. I can't imagine putting on a convention. I can't even get enough writer friends together to do a writing retreat, much less put on a whole fest or something. That's crazy. I think people don't. I think people underestimate the amount of hours it takes to put in a writing retreat, but then a festival is crazy. Every time I go to, I love book festivals though, and I feel so fortunate to live in a big enough city where like our public library system puts on a book festival every year and does a lot of events, and it is so wonderful. So I love going to events. Like the gochujang sauce fail, everyone's hating. I have no idea what this is. Hate that ad. Don't know it. Sorry to this man. Sorry to this ad. I do not know you. Oh. I feel like kids these days will never know the fear of running to the bathroom during a commercial break, hoping you don't miss. That is a great point. What a time. What a time to have lived through. I do also want to say that I appreciate so much 5K Friday fell on July 4th. For my American friends, I can think of truly no better way for myself to spend July 4th than just getting to hang out at my house and writing with you guys. If anyone else is not feeling very patriotic. So anyways, this is what a great use of my time, and with a community that I love so much. So I very much appreciate it. We are going to go ahead and get started on the writing sprints. Now, usually on Fridays on Twitch, we do D100 day. We actually did 2 rolls of the D100 this time. So I think we should keep this train going and roll the D100 again. So if you want to get your guesses in, it's anywhere from 1 to 100. And we're going to roll the D100. It will tell us how long we will be sprinting for, and we will get to fucking work. So, pull out this so that the D100 does not go rolling away. Get your guesses in. Earlier today, we got an 86 and a 26. So, it's a range. Oh, go back to cuddling Raja and watching Charmed. Oh, what a great Friday. All right. And prepare yourselves for the thunk. That was quite a roll. Okay. I would say this is a good sprint length. Paige, you were so close. And JC, I don't know if you guessed, but I assume what your guess is, and you also would have been very close. All right. It is, in fact, a 41-minute sprint. 41 minutes. So I hope you guys are ready to get started. Hi, Zara. Just in time for the sprint. All right. 41 minutes on the clock. I did have to do a reset, so the timer is going to be a question mark if it works. We're just going to keep our fingers crossed. Especially because I don't know how to do emojis or emotes on here. So, 41 minutes, 14 seconds on the clock. I hope you guys are ready to get started. On your mark. Get set. And it worked on the first try. Go, 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 go. Oh, beep, 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 beep. My gosh, I was so shocked. That is time on our sprint. I can't believe that. I am at 3,243 words. I've been taking notes on how I'm doing. So, we just did... How many minutes was that? 41. I remember now. 41 minutes. A 41-minute sprint. I'm up to 4:38:09:08. And total for this project, I'm now at 7,675 words. But just over 3,000 for the day so far, which is awesome. Let me know how you guys did. I just got to the point that I envisioned. So I said earlier that I usually know the beginning and the end before I start drafting my stories. But I guess I usually know the beginning, the kind of thing that's going to change it all, and then the end. And so I just got to the part where everything is changing and I'm so excited. It was like the thing for this project. So I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun. Only wrote 22 words, that's okay. 100 words, but epilogue started. Very exciting. The town I'm writing has some not subtle supernatural and horror elements with a reasoning to how the town works. I see. He thinks the history of the town would be best. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Virginia. Here's my problem, is that I'm the worst person to ask on if you should put a prologue in things because I'm kind of I'm team no prologue. I enjoy being just thrown in, and I think especially with the world, it could be really fun. But having said that, if you thought you could do the prologue in like a page and a half or so, like if you thought it wouldn't take a lot of words, that can be really fun. So I guess I should say I'm team short prologue. Yes. But also I think great advice from, who was it? Dragon Queen Vic. I think write the prologue, see how you like it once you've written it, and then you can decide if you want to include it or not. I know so many people who just don't read them too. That was me for a long time. If it's too long in a prologue, I will skip it. 143 words, way to go for Lincoln. 667 words to my outline, very exciting. I did a 15-minute sprint and got 518. 74 to go till my goal. Maria, you're so close. My prologue is half a page right now and is more about the world than the story. I think that's, yeah. I think that's cool. Oh, is the stream quiet? If I get closer to the mic, what I need to do, I have a fancy camera. What I need to do is plug in a mic, but I don't know how to do that where I keep the typing noise, but it's not entirely typing noise. Like, that's my fear, is it'll just be too loud then. Have work later. I reached 2K, way to go, Mysterious Sparks. Good job on reaching 2K though. 55 words, debate about editing the next episode of my serial. Chose what I want for dinner. Ooh, Cali Mex. Yum. As a Texan who does love Tex-Mex, I have to say, Cali Mex is also delicious. I am a huge fan. Yes, Mullen, yeah, that's, I think Becca, I don't know if she's still in here, but Becca does the chapter 0 trick, and something about that really works for my brain. I think it's just because I got burned so many times when I was younger, reading sci-fi and fantasy, where the prologue was just like an info dump. But yeah, I don't mind a chapter 1 that's a prologue. Yeah, let me feel like it's the first chapter. Just trick me. It's fine. 701 words. Way to go, Lynn. More importantly, I was able to get a scene and the start of another down, which I think is good. I hope to get another teen scenes minimum tonight. Way to go. Oh, that's interesting. Prologues feel like something you write after the story is drafted. Oh, Oh, I had never thought about that, but that could be pretty clever. That could be a clever way to see if you need it for sure, is to wait until after you've written the whole story. Finished editing a short chapter. Way to go. Heck yes. Oh, first book in the 3-book series. Oh, my prologue in the first book has to be there. Yeah, that's what, don't take my, here's the thing. This is one of my longest standing opinions on this channel, is that I'm a prologue hater. But please do not take my opinion as if you should or should not do prologues, because I also know that I'm in the minority. I have polled people about this over the years, okay? I have asked, and the feedback is usually that I am in the wrong. The feedback actually is usually, how dare you skip? To be fair, I was not going to have a prologue in my book, but then I kept having to use flashbacks. Oh, so I did add one after I drafted my story. Oh, I think that would really make sense too. I also have to say, if there's a big enough time jump, but it's relevant, I've definitely read prologues that were really good and were crucial to the story. I feel the same about prologues, and I did try to cut it a few times. I just feel like it has to be there. Then it does, you know? And again, I recently came up with a prologue for my mystery that I feel like has to be there. It needs to be there. So I'm doing a lot of things that I never thought I would. I'm writing a retelling, which I never thought I would, and I'm including a prologue in a story eventually, which I never thought I would. So, who is she? And I have accepted my title of outliner, which years ago me would be flabbergasted. I've never written a prologue and rarely encounter them. I'm in YA contemporary girl. That makes sense then. So this discussion is very interesting to me. Yeah, I also love seeing the different genres where prologues are and are not utilized. No, not for A Closet Full of Cauldrons, JC. No. No prologues in that one. A prologue for the cruise mystery, which I've not written yet. So I guess in theory it could change, but also I feel pretty confident. Thank you, Zara. Here for the metamorphosis. Also, I have to wonder. I see. YouTube's being real tricky. That's very cute. Can I like it? How fun. I didn't know I could do all this. Can I like any post, or I can only like this one? I hearted that. We're never gonna know. I love an epilogue. Kitty, yes. Oh, can I do a poll? Let me start a poll. Okay. Okay. I just want to know your thoughts on epilogues. Okay, I'm just gonna start it like this. If you're indifferent, then I'm gonna take that as you thinking to do what's best for the story. But I am curious if you guys love epilogues, hate epilogues, or don't really care. Oh, I can only like super chats. Thank you, Sarah. Epilogues are much better than prologues. Here, I was gonna say, for my romance readers out there, I feel like fourth option. Sometimes love them, sometimes hate them. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes they can really ruin a story, depending on where they go with it. I'm trying to think off the top of my head of epilogues that I did not care for. Oh, whoa, Terry. Epilogues are for final books in the series only. Ooh, I could see that for a fantasy. Because if you're going to continue it, an epilogue feels a little strange. I could see that. I could see, like, for a trilogy that's more continuous. My problem with epilogues and romance is that in Americanized versions of books, they have to include me. That is my thing, Mullen. That's exactly what I was going to say about epilogues that make me feel a kind of way, is when that's the happily ever after part. Especially if it was, like, either never mentioned throughout the book or, like, contrary to what was mentioned throughout the rest of the book. I'm like, what are we doing? We don't need this. They could just be happy. That's actually why I prefer my epilogues sometimes to be just like a little bit down, like, you know, a month or two later. Ooh, Arcane Knight. I feel like that needs a further qualification. There are stories that don't have a satisfactory end, and I want an epilogue to finish loose ends. Yeah, especially for books, I'm imagining, like, that have a huge battle sequence or something toward the end of the book, and it doesn't make sense to update us on where all of the, like, minor characters are. I want an epilogue to tell me that they're all okay. Or whatever, you know? Ooh, epilogues tend to unnecessarily drag things out, especially in romances. I'm only here for them getting together. I'm not here for the getting engaged or married or pregnant. Yeah. Oh, it's so interesting because you say that, Sarah Lynn, because I feel like there's been in recent times romances where I feel like we actually don't get enough of the happy moments after. Like, I just want to be in the happiness a bit. Sometimes it feels like the very last chapter is the one where they get together. And I'm like, okay, did they solve things? Like, truly? Are the couples okay? Yes. But that is interesting. I think that's fair. I don't need to know all the rest of it. It has to make sense. Like, people barely knew each other with 3 kids and a full family out of nowhere living in the fields. Yeah. Oh, Mullen, I love old school. Where are they now? Like in the thousands movie. Yes. Oh my gosh. That's what I keep hoping the rom-com genre in movie form will really pick up again, because I feel like we've figured it out with books. And I could totally be biased, but I feel like we've got it. You know, there's so many, and I know there's a lot of rom-com books that are getting adaptations right now, which is very exciting. So I'm hopeful, but oh, Rissa, what a great question. I'm at 3,243 words. Let me, out of 5,000. I'm gonna say a couple more sprints at least. But if they're all like 41 minutes or so, I did pretty well in that first one. So I'm going to end this poll. Okay. What a beautiful range. Half indifferent, but then a lot of people. So not a lot of people hating them, which is really interesting. I'm at 3 million. I'm at 32 million words. Okay, let's go ahead and do another sprint. This is gonna, you know what? It's my stream. I can do what I want. Let's just keep using the D100. I am enjoying the chaos of the D100. I think it feels just like a D100 day. Maybe it's because I've missed a lot of 5Ks. Or, actually, I have missed a lot of 5K Fridays, but maybe it's just because I've missed some Friday streams. I think we just go for the D100 again. It is the, you know, the most chaos we can have, I think. Anywhere from 1 to 100. 100 to 1. So, get your guesses in. Oh, and then Sicily. I'm the opposite. I love when I get a little peek at their happily ever after. I like seeing their kids and them as married couple or with their families from the rest of the series. I do love when it's like a family get together with the rest of the series. That I do love. I'm like, bring in the others. I want to see how they're all doing. Okay. JC, somehow I'm ready for the 99. Probably because I still need to get like 2,000 something words. All right. Okay. I'll tell you what, it is higher. Oh, not quite 84 level, JC, but it is higher. Several of y'all guessed 67, and you are so close. But it is, in fact, a 66. Can you see that? You can't see that. Excuse me, camera. There we go. 66-minute sprint. Okay. I hope you guys are ready to get started, because I'm ready to get writing. Alright, let me move this around and see if this works. There's an argument to be made that an epilogue and an author's personal fan fiction Whoa. I would be very intrigued to hear more of this argument. What did I just say? 66 minutes. Eek! Okay, I know. Some of y'all were really close. Okay. Oh, get a little stretch. Make sure you've hydrated. On your mark. Get set. And go! Beep, 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 beep. That is time on our second sprint. Let me know how you guys did on that one. I have all of the animals in here with me. I don't think you guys can see Thor's little snoot, but you can see Buffy right here. Let me know how you guys did on that one. Yes, I got pretty far, but not yet at 5K, so we will definitely be doing another sprint. The animals might need to be taken outside during the first part of said sprint, but we'll see. Ooh, okay, if you have a random scene that comes to you while writing but it's not relevant to the book, do you keep it all in a separate folder? For Scrivener, I would put it down in the notes section. I have had that happen before. I am curious what you mean about not relevant to the book. Like, is it completely separate from the project that you're working on, you mean? Or kind of one of the, like a bonus scene? How are you thinking of it? 354 words, way to go. Added at least 1K to my edit, that's awesome. 490 words, 630. I got lost and started writing random short scenes that I hope to flesh out another time. Very fun though. 50 words in the couple minutes I had. I know. Nice to see you though, Naomi. Popping in. I appreciate it. I think I got to 350 words. I'm padding at the moment. Fair enough. JC started editing my vlog, but I'm going to switch over to editing for a bit until I finish this chapter. Yay. Zelda is playing with her toy in the distance, if you can hear the squeaking. 673. I got over 500 words, but I was switching between documents. It's very fair. You guys did so well. I spoke here more than I worked, but hey, perfect Friday to me. Kitty, you are keeping the chat alive. I love it. It is the perfect distraction when I need a break from over here. Yay, Brie, me too. Ended at 7,777 words in this re-outline at the end of the sprint. A great number. She's destroying that. And I only know it's Zelda because I went and checked the other day. I tried to sneak around to see. I was like, who is that? That's very funny. Also because I see both Thor and Buffy in here. Just ate dinner and plotting rest of book 1 in Act 3. Have a few more beats to finish plotting. Ah, that's awesome. 7:31, finished prepping my submission. And the first sprint, so I moved on to my Beauty and the Beast just for fun pantsing project. I love the idea of a just for fun pantsing project. You're just along for the ride. I know, squeak, squeak, squeak. They have been cooped up inside all day because it has been raining non-stop here, more or less. So I'm gonna blame it on that, but also she's just a silly dog. Ate some food, made coffee, and added more visuals to the project notebook. The vibes are beginning to vibe. I love that. Oh, that'd be a fun idea to add some inspiration to the Scrivener document. I have mostly just been writing banter back and forth. Like, I have the scenes completely outlined, but even throughout that outline, I've been skipping sections as I write just because I'm like, let me get to the next moment of banter. So this is really just, I'm having fun with it, you know? I am finding a few things that I need to name still, but that's okay. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Writing physical character descriptions for reference when I start to draft. That's smart. A silly, silly sausage. That's what she is. Oh, wow. WWE is so interesting to me because I feel like as a writer, it should be something I would be into. Like, I just never got into it, but I mean, they are characters in them, right? Like, they've created a whole persona, which I find really fascinating. And I want to say that, don't they have, like, taglines or something that they do before they start wrestling? I don't know. I know nothing about WWE. Sometimes you write dialogue, other times you write descriptions. So true. Cena's retiring in December. CM Punk went away for a while, but now he's back. I knew the Cena was wrapping up, so actually it was Punk that surprised me. He was not a spring chicken when I last watched it. That was either 15 or 20 years ago. That's what I've watched a couple WWE documentaries, which is the extent of my WWE knowledge. Garbage since Vince left, but Vince is a garbage human. Stacy, I love that. My first fan fiction was a WWE one. That is incredible. I can so see that though. You have a bit of like you have the sports vibe, which is always popular. You have the built-in characters, which could be really fun. Heck yes. And there's rivalries, I think, right? Oh, good margarita. Yeah. The background pitter patter. It's nonstop. That is the song of this household. My first fanfic was a terrible The Simpsons fic. I love that. Yeah, my first fanfiction was probably anime, I want to say. Oh, the amount of Inuyasha fanfiction I wrote is crazy. Also, the amount of Inuyasha, like, RP that I've done. Insane. I don't think that was my first one. I did write a lot of Harry Potter fanfiction, which I want to say I read some of it aloud on this channel once upon a time, ages ago. But yeah, oh yeah, I don't think I could find the Inuyasha ones, but yeah, I wrote so much Inuyasha fanfiction. Oh, I also was going to school for TV and radio, so I wrote it from a backstage perspective. That's very cool. I committed the ultimate sin and oft-margin Homer. That's incredible. You're like, get these people out of here. My first fanfic was a fic for Disney XD sitcom called Lab Rats. That show owns my heart, honestly. That's so funny. I'm trying to think. I have no idea. Lab Rats. Well, it looks adorable. I could see why. What is the premise? Leo is an ordinary teenager who has moved into a high-tech smart house with his mother, inventor, stepfather, and Eddie, the computer that runs the house. Leo's life becomes less ordinary when one day he discovers a secret underground lab that houses 3 experiments. Superhuman teenagers. That is built for fanfiction. I see it. Whoa, crossing it over with Marvel? CB, that's very cool. Junie B. Jones self-insert when I was in kindergarten. I love that. Songfic series of the WWE. It was awesome for what it was. I think I had 36 chapters with about 15. Incredible. You created a multiverse. Oh, that's awesome. Kitty, it sounds like there's a whole 2 of us in the chat. With the Inuyasha online roleplay. CB, you have made me so happy. That sentence is perhaps the best one I've ever read in my life. The worst fanfic I ever wrote was a Hannah Montana fic called Sweet Niblets. That is the peak. Oh my god. See me, I need you to become a famous author who tours and shares that story. I'm tearing up because that is so funny. I love that so much. Oh, that's incredible. I wrote Percy Jackson fanfic. Heck yes. Wattpad account has long since been deleted. For the bands I was into. What bands? Oh my gosh. I'm forgetting the terminology, which is a shame. But what was it when it was a famous person and you? Do you know what I'm talking about in fan fiction? When it's not quite self-insert. Like, that's not quite what I mean. But it was like a very specific. Oh well, I'll come up with it. Don't know if I ever wrote any of it down, but when I was younger, I would come up with Warrior Cat stories. Yes, I knew you did, Jess. I feel like you and I first bonded ages ago over our shared love of Inuyasha. Oh my god. Imagines. Thank you, Jewel. That is what I was thinking of. But I think you're right. I also remember the YN with your name everywhere. Yes. Oh, it's so funny. What a time. Man. That's oh wait, let me hold on. I have oh RPF, real person fanfiction too. Yes, thank you. Okay, let me start. I have one final poll and then we will get started on our final sprint. How many options do they give me? Oh, only. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm realizing now with my options that if I say still writing, I'm assuming you're still reading fan fiction if you're writing it, but that might not be the case. So, you'll have to take it as you want, but I am curious. Oh, that's what I meant to say is that you're not in it anymore. Ah, oh, man. Oh well, this poll's not going to help, but that's okay. This is what happens when I have written almost 5,000 words for the day, is that the brain is a little goo. It's a little malleable. Currently still reading, but I really want to get back into writing. Kitty, I love that. I will admit that my first fanfic was kind of self-insert, but I need to write it from a point of view that I understood. Here's the thing. I would love to know the percentage of people who wrote fan fiction that didn't write at least one self-insert. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's, especially for your first one. 5 Sauce Chameleon, I love that. Also, I'm still a 5 Sauce fan, so that's incredible. Oh, Jacqueline! Yay for being back. Oh my god, 10 years, that's crazy. JC never was. Wow, it's always interesting to me to see how many people never were in the fanfic world. I think because that's where I came from it with my writing life, that when I hear people who just immediately jumped into writing original fiction, it blows my mind a little bit. I mean, it's very cool. But yeah, I find it so interesting. Eating up some Narnia fic. Self-inserts for fun? Yeah. I mean, also, I feel like that was one of the things back when we were still passing notes in school where you would write out the like story of your friend meeting whatever band that they loved most, and you're like, here's the story, and then you'd pass it to them. Like, NCIS stories for self-inserts. Oh, I love that as an NCIS agent. I just don't, but I love that. I've been writing fanfic since I was 10. I still have my first story in a notebook. And I dated it because that's what we did. Oh yeah. The amount of stuff I date just because that's like, it just stored in me. Okay. Yeah, Jess. I stopped writing fanfic in my mid-ish 20s. That's what I have not read fanfic in a while. And I haven't written it in longer than that. Oh, Chameleon, I love that. Ran into another 5 Sauce fan at Target today. Were they wearing your shirt, or did you just intuitively know? Oh, I've never done a self-insert, and it's been discussed in therapy. Apparently my resistance to take up space expanded to the fictional. That is fascinating. That is so interesting. I love that you were able to pinpoint that, though. Like, that's really interesting. Yeah, I've actually never written fanfic minus a couple ideas in my head, but those never saw the light of day. Oh, yeah, that's fair. I mean, the amount of, like, Twilight-esque fanfiction that I thought about, that I daydreamed about, but never actually wrote down. I think the intensity that you have to feel in order to write fanfiction is Like, you have to really love a thing or hate a thing so much that you want to change it. Self-insert fairy tales. Yes. Do I have a complex if I've never written so? I don't think so. I mean, to be fair, it could also be an age thing. You know, how old were you when you decided to start writing fanfic? And maybe that's the, yeah. Yes, Jess, I had to know what had happened. And it hadn't made it to the US audience yet. I love that Dragon Queen Vic. Yeah, my self-insert developed into a character with fundamentally different views on the world. I know some people have the theory that all characters are aspects of the writer, which I don't always entirely agree with, but I do think a writer has to at least understand the characters that they write, and so that's the interesting pull. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna end this poll. Let's go ahead and roll the D100 one more time. I have Zelda's going to town. I have a little over 500 words left that I need to write. I think it's 552. So I would love a decent sized sprint, enough for me to get the 552. So if we get something tiny, we will probably have to do another one. I guess that's what I'm saying. Get your guesses in anywhere from 1 to 100. Please do not judge me for picking off the polish that I started this stream with, because I have to think. I think and I pick my nails, and it's a bad habit, but also now I get to pick out a new color. So all right, let's see. Prepare yourselves for the thunk. Okay, this is interesting. Interesting because I think I can get my 500 done in this time. But also if I don't, we'll do one more sprint, okay? We rolled the shortest one of the day. Oh, you can't see. A 24-minute sprint. I'm really trying to do like some math right now to see. On a normal day, had I not already done 4,500 words, I think I could do this easily, but if not, we do another. We roll again, okay? So TBD, this could be the last sprint. It could be the second to last sprint. We'll figure it out. We're going with the flow. Okay. I hope you guys are ready to get started. Part of this is I'm also gonna have to take the dogs out. 24 minutes, 24 seconds on the clock. I hope you guys are ready. On your mark. Get set. And see, even the D100 is rebelling against what it rolled. This is not on me, D100. This is on you. Reset the timer. Third time's the charm. Yeah. I feel like it's gonna work. And go, 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 go. Sprint, 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 sprint. is time. That is time. We did it. We did it. Oh my gosh. Let me know how you guys did. 5,003 words. It's done. Zelda can tell. Thank you, Bree. How many projects do I work on at a time? It depends. It also depends on how you count work on at a time. Because some are in different phases of where they're at. So like on one project I'm waiting on other people. So that's kind of done until I hear back. On other projects, one of them's a sequel to that one, so I'm waiting on that too. And then I have a novella that I was writing that I was hoping to get done before July started that I didn't quite finish. But I was really close to finishing. So technically right now I have 2 projects that I'm actively working on, if you want to call it that. The novella and this project right now. The other ones are kind of in a holding period. I did, JC! 427 words down, way to go. 246, wrote less than 100 words, but you did, kitty. Yes, you did. 540, wrote an emotional scene, almost cried. That's incredible when you do that to yourself. I love that. Got a lot of lore discoveries in this sprint. Way to go. Oh my gosh, you guys did wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me on this 5K Friday journey. I had a blast. I'm trying to think of when our next 5K Friday will be, because I will be gone next week. But I believe I will be back the week after. So I will say tentatively on the 18th will be our next 5K Friday. Yes. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm hoping the pups will do better later. Thankfully, also, there's rain, so maybe some less fireworks. My fingers crossed. And yes, I will hopefully have some in August as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you all next time. Yes. Bye, friends.